This is Chef Walter Staib. Today I'm cooking with superfoods. Superfoods are ingredients that have been scientifically proven to improve your health and in many instances reverse illnesses. They're easy to find and use and delicious. My recipes are fast, easy and heart healthy. Eating well is not about avoiding foods, it's about eating the right foods. So join me in cooking with superfoods. Today I'm celebrating nuts, all kind of nuts. Every nuts that you can find, some are better than others. Walnuts curves you the aging process. So I'm actually 120, so I don't look so bad, no? Anyway, this recipe takes a little bit pre-planning because if you have never made spaghetti squash, you know it takes a while. I'm gonna show you how to do the spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash, by the way, I've been making for a long time, and it's a great way to make your kids eat vegetables because it really looks like spaghetti in the end. So what you want to do, you want to buy the spaghetti squash and you want to cut it in half. Be very careful when you do that because the squash itself is not an easy. You want to make sure you cut it off good. You take the inside membrane and you take it out like, take a spoon and just take out. Now the seeds of the spaghetti squash you can eat, you know. You can toast them. Very delicious to eat, by the way. It's a dynamite substitute for pasta, especially when your kids don't want to eat. Feed them that and say it's pasta. Here we go. So now what you're going to do, you take that and you need a nice piece of foil. Any kind of foil would work. And you need a good amount of kitchen spray. So what you do is you take the spaghetti squash and you put it here. And you're going to spray it really, really good on both sides. And then you take it and you rub it up. And in the oven it goes. At 450, that'll take by maybe a good half hour. It depends, and you can never know exactly, so you have to test it a couple of times. The best way to test it is with a toothpick. If a toothpick can penetrate the outer skin of the squash, you should be okay. I put some already in my oven early, so we make sure, let's see how they turn out. And what happens when they're cooked, you can tell. You can tell the outer thing perfect. So you take them up, and then what you do, you get a mixing bowl, nice size bowl, and you scrape the spaghetti squash, hence for the name spaghetti squash, in a bowl. And what you want to do is you want to get them like that. Here we go. Doesn't look like spaghetti. It looks like spaghetti where I come from. So you squeeze it in there like so. Now obviously I have asbestos hand. You want to do it at home, make sure that don't burn yourself because they keep water hot for quite some time. Trying to get a one that's not so hot. Here we go. That's it. Oof. They hold the heat extremely well. So once you have them cooked and you shut the heat off, the heat stay very well. Look at how beautiful it looks. All right, now let it sit here. Let it chill off for a little bit. We're going to come back to this in a while. Right now I want to concentrate on my super duper spinach salad. Of course, spinach, as you already know, is a superfood. So we're going to start off right now. Basically what I'll do with it, I'll put the spinach in. And the reason I like this particular salad, it's not a wilted spinach salad, but it wilts a little bit in the end because I have hot shrimp that go on top. So you bear with me. My favorite salad we're going to make later is a fennel salad. I love fennel. Me and Thomas Jefferson both fell in love with fennel. Him while he traveled to south of France, me while I had to work in Switzerland. So I have some blueberries. I have some almond slivers for this one. I have some golden raisin, all superfoods. I have some grapes already halved. I have a little bit of honey. A little bit of honey. Put the honey right over it because I'm going to mix this all up. And this one over here. And then I have the vinegar. Honey is known to help prevent disease. The honey is a really good way to sweeten up your food. Pepper. Honey, actually, I found it as way back in the days of the Egyptian, the mummies. Honey is a really good way to stop infection. It kind of seals everything off. So this one over here, I'm using my hand quick. And the reason for that is because I want to be able to mix this really good together. All right, my skillet is getting hot over there. I'm going to put this to the side. The almonds you can toast if you like a little more extra crunch to it. Here, let it sit up for a little bit. I got to come to that back in a moment. Remember, no salt, no butter, no cream. So I got to add some additional flavor into it. Right now, though, I want to concentrate quick on the shrimp that goes on top. Now, what I've done, there's many ways of doing it. Because I don't cook with salt and different seasonings have salt in them, I just took those shrimp and put them in a little bit of low sodium soy. And all I'm going to put them in there, put them in my skillet, and I want to cook them very opaque. The one thing I really don't like when I go somewhere and you get a shrimp that is cooked to death. I marinate them for 4 hours, preferably no longer than that. 4-hour marinade. And then all I want to do is just give some good heat to it, and you're in business. While this is cooking, let me go to my favorite of all salads, which is the fennel. My fennel salad, the reason why I like it so much is because the flavor of the anise is just so amazing that you cannot have enough of it. Fennel is readily available everywhere you go. It's not longer very difficult to find. You want to cut the core out of the fennel. Here we go. And it's kind of, as a salad, not eaten too often. Many times it's just eaten as a vegetable. I happen to like it as a salad as well. Here we go. And I just want to cook them until they're nice opaque. The worst thing to do is taking a beautiful shrimp like that and killing it. It's already dead when you get it. So you don't need to kill it again. Slow fire again will do it. Now, the fennel, all I do is just cut it down. This one here, you want to be careful when you do it. Don't cut yourself on it, but you want to just, you can cut it this way, or you can cut it this way. No right, no wrong. Or you can just put it on your kitchen machine. Really makes no difference. Fennel is an excellent vegetable to be eaten raw, to be eaten cooked. But today, and superfoods, we like to eat it raw. It's a beautiful, beautiful flavor. There we go. Fennel is in here. The fennel has a distinct flavor of its own. So what we're going to do right now with the fennel, we're going to just kind of augment it really quick. We have the oranges. So the orange here, it's basically really simple, straightforward. You can also, if you want to be a little different and not spend so much time and segment them out, you can just slice them as well. Just peel them and slice them. It really doesn't make a difference. So you can just go this way. Orange is really high in vitamin C, so it's a natural, great idea for a salad. Now, I have some gourmet light chicken breast, or you can poach a chicken breast yourself, anything, any kind of protein you want to put into it. Here, I already have a chicken breast pre-cut, so I'm going to just take that. Very low sodium. It's a low sodium chicken breast, it's just spectacular. Lots of good protein in there. Rice wine vinegar. A little bit of oil in here, and this is olive oil, so it's again a superfood. We're staying true to our mission, and good amount of pepper. And olive oil is known to reduce your cholesterol. I need a chopped onion for both salads. The onion together with the oranges just gives it a nice little flavor. Now, some recipes, when I use it sometimes, I blanch the fennel by just putting a little seasoning on and let it sit. But today I want to just make it really fresh and beautiful, just like so. Oof. I have my nuts over here. It needs a little pepper. I want a little chili pepper in there, just for extra flavor. Remember, as I go along and make those recipes, many times when I test them, I retest myself to make sure that I have changed the recipe enough for a good flavor, making sure that I don't suffer. Because remember, no salt, no butter, no cream, no mayonnaise, no other stuff. You have to improvise with natural flavors, which I'm doing. I'm going to dish this one up because this doesn't have to just sit for a while. Walnuts are very, very high in omega-3s, henceforth. It's fantastic for you. So I have my fennel salad. It's a great idea. If you only eat less meat, it has nice protein in it, but not too much. It's not an overkill on protein. All right, let's go back to my spinach salad. The reason I call this super duper spinach salad is because it has everything but a kitchen sink in it. Blueberry is very high in oxidants. I have some walnut I saved aside that are not normally in the recipe, but today I'm just going to add them into it. I don't need to get the onion in yet. It's funny, even spinach, when it sits a little bit with the vinegar I put into the oil, it kind of starts marinating itself and the flavor kind of changes. So I want to get my rest of the blueberries in here, rest of the grape in here, rest of the almond in here, and a little bit more honey. The sweetness is just comes beautiful together. The mix of almonds and walnuts in here is just a great superfood. And then what I do the last one, I'm going to heat the shrimp one more time and just put the shrimp on top once it's in the mix. Normally, spinach salad has bacon. Here, we don't do bacon. Okay. Look at it. You have some nice color in here. The blueberry, the red onions, and the walnuts I saved for the last moment on top. So I don't want to give my secret away. Look at it, gorgeous. So now I have a nice bowl. And this one I would serve in a bowl. The reason for that is because the shrimp, I want to give it some heat and put it on top. So the spinach is going to kind of wilt down on its own. So a nice bowl would be a good thing to have. And, oh yeah. The flavor that comes, the honey and the vinegar together, and a little bit of it's just the pepper, gives this beautiful flavor. Look at that. And the raisins, I mean, it don't get better than that. You know, you pack this through a lunch bag and just all you got to do, later put the dressing on when you get ready to eat it. All right, some walnuts on top. I'm going to put a few walnuts in my squash as well. I feel whimsical today. All right, I'm going to leave this here for a second while I concentrate on my spaghetti squash salad. So the spaghetti squash you saw isn't a unique idea, so easy to make. Some onions. Shrimp is getting hot over there. This should do it. And now comes the little vinegar, good amount of oil for that to assist for the. There we go, and a clear vinegar for this dish. I would not use any balsamic. I would stick true to using like a good rice vinegar, like what I've used here. Mix it all up. Taste a little bit, make sure that it's a lot of flavor. You can put all kinds of things in there, by the way. It doesn't just stop you. You can put nuts in it, grapes, anything works in together. Chopped tomatoes you can do. It's really interesting because it lends itself to many flavors. But take a look how nice. So I got little nuts in here since I have them. And walnuts are really high in magnesium and copper. So it's dynamite. Folate and vitamin E, so it's a perfect thing. Let me try this quick here. Oh yeah. I want to get a nice color to those, a little bit more. They're perfect. All right. So the heat of the shrimp that I'm putting on there will obviously let your spinach go down a little bit, which is the idea. So it's kind of like wilted spinach salad, but not necessarily wilted. And in my running around, I forgot the stock of my fennel, because I use fennel all the time, and many chefs do for that matter, because it's such a nice garnish. And many times, if you don't have any nice garnishes available, fennel, it just lends itself to a beautiful plate presentation. So that's why so many people use the fennel, as I do as well. but I omitted that before. Here we go. And also, you can chop a little fennel. Has a lot of good flavor into it, and put it right on top. Let me just chop it off here. Really beautiful flavor. It's the flavor of anise. If you ever drink anisette, so you know where it's coming from. Now, the fennel bulb I cut earlier is always a big one. Most fennel bulbs in the supermarkets you find that size. And it really doesn't make no difference. The flavor is pretty much the same. It's a little easier to cut than the bigger one. Here we go. That's what I wanted to do to begin with. Now, delicious. I'm going to finish the spaghetti squash salad. Have some grapes in the refrigerator. I hope so. Yeah. Two things we can do. You can put them in whole, or you can do and cut them in half. Half is better because the flavor comes out of it. And the spaghetti squash salad will need some more oil. You can see it's kind of looking dry because the squash was still hot, as you know, burned my hands. Therefore, it absorbs all the liquid I put in. There we go. I have a few more walnuts over there. I'm going to add in as well when I'm at it. You know, study shows that people who eat nuts daily or every week at least have lowered their cholesterol by like 30%. That's amazing. And nuts is so beautiful. What a snack. Also a lot of nuts like almonds full of protein. High in fiber, high in protein, so it's perfect eating. This one over here, you want to put a good amount of grapes into it because the grape gets a nice little sweetness to it. And the grape sugar is good for you anyway. There we go. And now we got to re-season that. That's going to take a bit because the spaghetti squash, when it comes out of the oven, what it does, it absorbs all the ingredients you put into it. And since we're not cooking with salt, it's a little more tricky. Mix that up. And I know already, I can see it already. I can see it. Okay. A chive in here. You keep nuts in your pantry all the time at home. This way you can snack on it anytime. It's also especially good for the kids as well, therefore. So let's cut the little chive in here. And yeah, one thing to be careful about when you eat a lot of nuts, you don't realize how many calories you consume. So portion control would be good. Matter of fact, I think they recommend 15 almonds twice a day is kind of a recommended amount. And also you want to maybe make sure that you get organic almond or natural plain almond, because a lot of the nuts you buy have so much sodium in it that the health effect will be contradicting the beautiful things from the nuts. Be ready to clean it up. Walnuts, roast them yourself, it's awesome. Any kind of nuts will do. So here I got a little radicchio. As you know, I love radicchio because it has a nice consistency and it's beautiful in color. I like this a lot. So here we go. And now all I'm going to do is take the spaghetti squash. We got to dry it one more time. Let's see here. It really matured. And a little bit of time, you saw me live, it really come together good. I mean, remember, as I said, I'm the first to admit it, that you have to eat little seasoning into it because otherwise, and the one thing I tried a few times, which I really liked, because it kind of makes it a beautiful harmonious combination, is a little ginger in there. So the ginger and the chili pepper, mix it up together, colorful. Chili pepper is a natural blood thinner, like capsaicin in all the peppers, that's very good. Matter of fact, in my show, A Taste of History, I tell people all the time how Thomas Jefferson grew a whole variety of peppers. He also grew peas, 28 different kinds. But people didn't realize that capsaicin is a natural blood thinner, so it really helps for arthritis and helps for all kinds of other ailments as well. So this one over here goes right in here. And the sweetness of the squash, together with the different sweetness of the grape and the walnut in there, it's just, I mean, it really don't get better than that, I'm telling you. It's so healthy, so beautiful, and I would think such a tribute to nuts that I don't know what else I could have done. This salad you want to eat room temp. Many salads that I make, I try to keep them not back in the refrigerator. Now, obviously, if it's left over, refrigerated, yeah, but make enough for the time being. Because it'd be a shame after you do all this work and make all, I mean, you saw me how much work it was to get the squash out of there. Now it's more cool, I can actually show you one more time. It's like once you cook it, you gotta hold it like that. And when it comes down, this is where the spaghetti, now if you overcook it, that's obviously a problem. Then there'll be no more spaghetti squashes. Then it cooks into one, but this one, look at how nice. It just folds up beautifully. You don't have to have asbestos hand. What you just saw me, this is cooled off in the 20 minutes that we've been doing the show, or half an hour. You can wait, but you don't want to wait too long. If it sticks together, it don't come loose. So you have to have the right way to get it off its shell, because if it gets really cold, it won't come off. Roasting for that is about the only way I know how to cook it. If anybody else has an idea, let me know. I really never seen it otherwise done. But you can roast it on your barbecue grill. You don't have to have it in the oven. You can put a foil, leave it on the barbecue at low heat, because the foil itself, as you see me doing it before, makes it like a little chimney. And therefore it steams. So it's kind of roasting and steaming at the same time. But they do take 25, 30, 45 minutes, easy. Those happens to be real good ones, real young ones. If they get older, they take longer time. So it's really, it's not a science. All right, here we go. The beautiful, super duper power shrimp salad. Shrimp penciled on top of the spinach with blueberries, with almond, with honey. So I mean, it speaks for itself. It really is, and has a great flavor. The aroma just perfumes out of it. Spectacular. Spaghetti squash, fantastic. Yeah, I talked about it. Got to make sure when you do it that you play around with it a little bit until the squash is cooked enough so you can lose the membrane. Very, very healthy. Carbohydrates, very healthy. And then my favorite, because I love fennel so much, is fennel. Now, you could do this with shrimp. You can do it without anything. You could do, it also works extremely well with the mustard vinaigrette. Many ways you can do it. I kept it very clean, very appealing. The orange makes a good flavor along with it. So you have the orange and the fennel together as a combination. The anise comes right out of it. This is my tribute to nuts today. Walnuts, almonds, spaghetti squash, superfood spinach, blueberries, and obviously the fennel with a little bit of a very low sodium, 99% fat-free turkey breast or chicken breast, or you can just poach the chicken, or you can serve with shrimp. So I hope you enjoyed my show today. Tribute to nuts. I hope you incorporate a lot of nuts in your diet. Eat nuts as many times as you can. Make sure you stay away from processed nuts with a lot of sodium. And I hope you have the opportunity to join me again real soon on Superfoods with Chef Staib.